Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Cam and Liam from Century Box Cards. We're going to be doing another Crack-A-Pack today, and today we've got a collector booster of Ikoria Lair of Behemoths. So we're going to do the same standard Crack-A-Pack format. We're going to go through all the cards, talk about it as though it was a draft, but it's going to be a little weird because we're doing a collector booster, which is not normally what you would draft with, and it's going to be cool because we're also going to get to talk about the contents of the collector boosters.
Yeah, you get a bunch of cool things inside of these packs. You get a foil token, foil basic land, 4 foil commons, uncommons, some of the showcase cards, the cool comic book kind of art style that they did. You get some of the Godzilla cards. You get a card from the Commander 2020 set, which everyone's excited about. And without further ado, let's crack into this bad boy.
Alright, first card, we got the foil double-sided token. Next card is Snare Tactician. We'll be brief on all of these. I won't read them out. We'll put them up on the screen. Snare Tactician is like really solid in the red-white cycling deck. Like one of the better cards in that. Though it is tough because all of the commons that you wanted that deck are lights out, but this one's really important.
Sweet in that it lets you push through damage, get rid of some of the blockers. Really helps you out-tempo your opponents.
Yeah, you can just out of nowhere just alpha someone with your Prickly Marmoset because you just surprise tap down their entire team.
Yeah, exactly.
Next card is Perimeter Sergeant. This card's its home is in the
kind of the black-white human stack.
Yeah, and is really not super effective outside of that because there's not a ton of times where you're just really excited for a 3-mana 3/2.
No.
Next card is Essence Symbiote.
I've been a big fan of this one. I found it really good in any of my mutate decks, being able to stabilize me back in the game, build up my guy, etc.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Essence Symbiote. It's really found a home as like just that's the 2-drop you want in the blue-green mutate deck.
Yeah, exactly.
Next card is Drannith Healer, another one of the lights out cyclers. This one's great in that deck because it can do some of the things you want, like it's a payoff for having it in play while you're cycling cards, but a lot of the time you're also just cycling it for 1 because it has that all-important cycling 1. Next card is Stormwild Caprador. I haven't really found a home for this because the only way you're dealing non-combat damage to it is like your opponent's never going to do that.
No, though I have seen a couple of creative decks out there. I had a friend show me a deck with a double Divine Arrow on their attacking Stormwild Caprador to put it up to 9 power. Yeah, very, very interesting. You can do a couple cool tricks with it.
That's very cool. Porky Parrot is our next card. This is cool because it's a solid enough creature on its own. I haven't gotten the mutate there a ton of times. The big example to me is when you pair it obviously with the Boot Nipper, the 2/1 that you can give Death Touch to, and then you have just a machine gun on your side.
Sits back, blocks, deals some damage. Great card.
Foil Island is our next card.
The best land type we happen to get.
That's pretty slick. I like that art. Next card is Netherborn Altar. I'm going to read this one because this is one of the commander cards.
This is the commander card, right?
Yeah. And I have not yet seen this. 1 and a black for an artifact. Put a soul counter on Netherborn Altar. This is the tab ability. Put your commander into your hand from the command zone. Then you lose 3 life for each soul counter on Netherborn Altar. This is cool. This is sort of the what's the commander land that
the Command Beacon, is that what
Command
it is?
Beacon that brings your commander back into your hand. This is really useful in the sort of when your commander's important to your deck, but also a little bit squishy. This could be really cool in that deck. It
also lets you just cheat out some of your later commanders, some of your higher mana cost ones. Oh, sorry.
No, it goes into your hand.
My
so
apologies.
it's a way to pay 3 life
to protect it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then 6 life, and then all right.
Don't want to go too much further past that. You don't want to use it too many times, but fine early on.
Yeah, we're obviously not taking here because we're not playing Commander. We move on. Next is Skycat Sovereign.
Oh, I love this lad.
This is a really cool creature and something that just like can really
overwhelm your opponent.
Yeah, it can
given
overwhelm
enough
them
time.
late, and like is just a really reasonable, really easy thing to put in your blue-white deck.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not excited for a 2-mana 1/1, but if you can get enough other flyers that like
Get the
this thing's
engine
hitting in
going.
for 2 or 3 a turn, it really is a good clock and something that is like something reasonable already with a good mana sink on it. I like this card. Lurrus of the Dream Den is next, and the foil borderless Lurrus.
Fancy. This card's caused a lot of controversy, I would say. It's making its way through many different formats, causing havoc in both Legacy, Vintage, Modern, Pioneer, a little bit in Standard here and there. It's a all-around house.
I have not had a chance to play with Lurrus in draft yet, though I hope I get to, because I've heard, from what I've heard from other people, if you get it early enough that you can construct your deck around it, it's really sweet. But it's also like it's one of the companions that's like just solid to slot into
Exactly.
your
It
deck.
doesn't
if you don't
have
get
to be
there.
your companion. It's a
Yeah.
fine main deck inclusion. Really sweet, playing off of some of the premier uncommons in black and white, whether it be pacifism or dead weight, some of the stuff that even if it falls off, get it back later.
Yeah. Even the artifacts like the Springjaw Trap
Yeah.
go up so much in value. Next card is Vulpikeet.
This is the cool kind of alternate comic style showcase cards that they did this set. They're really sweet. Some of the art on them is just fantastic. Vulpikeet is a card itself. I've been relatively impressed with it, though white can be a little lacking in the mutate, I found, as a lot of the white cards are humans in the set, so
Mhm.
you're only pairing it with maybe your green or black side, kind of.
Next card is Migratory Greathorn. I love this card. This is like I guess I'm just a sucker for a 3-mana rampant growth and turning my dorkiest creature into a 3/4 instead. I think this card's really cool.
Lets you splash, lets you do a bunch of cool things. I love it.
Next card is Everquill Phoenix.
The Fire Chicken.
Oh, we got the token for it and everything. Look at that.
Everything's coming on Millhouse.
This card is sweet. This fits the bill for limited bomb. Being able to rebuy your 4/4 flyer, so you have to mutate it to get the feather the first time.
Mhm.
But if you're able to mutate it onto something, it's
Kind of a slowed down Rekindling Phoenix, but if I'm playing a game limited, I'm more than happy with that.
So what's I won't go too deep into it, but what sort of the way it plays out is if you mutate it onto something and then it dies, you just have the 1 feather, so you get it back once and it comes back not mutated,
Mhm.
if I'm not mistaken. But if for some reason you mutate it
Remutate onto
if you
it.
remutate onto it additional times while it's still alive, you get additional feathers to rebuy it again and again.
Also, a little neat thing I saw. I don't know if there's anything in the limited format that abuses it, but the clause on the feather is just a return target Phoenix card, so it doesn't even need to be the Everquill Phoenix.
Oh, that's very
which is
cool.
kind of a little neat interaction.
Next card up is our Godzilla card.
King
which is
Caesar.
King Caesar, which is the Huntmaster Liger. Huntmaster Liger suffers from most of the same thing that Vulpikeet does, in that it's a mutate card in white. And a lot of the white cards that you can mutate onto are
Not the
good
greatest.
ones.
No.
But it still is, if you're going wide enough and you have enough incidental non-humans, then
Helps you punch through, yeah.
it can be alright. Our last card is a foil showcase card, and we got Chittering Harvester.
This card's sweet. It's a limited house for kind of the uncommon set.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of Farika's Spawn from the last set. Just having a nice little, not mana sink, but a higher end card that comes down as an impact on the board while also dealing with one of their threats.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm looking at this pack as a whole, if this is a pack 1, I'm going to try and take that Lurrus to kind of construct my deck, sculpt it, make
Yeah.
it fit.
It cannot be understated how absurd the companions are in
They're
Limited.
very powerful. Even in Constructed, it's just a very powerful mechanic.
My second choice is probably the Everquill Phoenix.
I agree.
That seems like an absolute house. But I'm taking the, if I see a companion first, pack one, pick one.
I'm gonna try and make it work.
I'm gonna try and make it work.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what happens. All right, everyone, let us know what you would take out of this pack in the comments down below. Remember, you can get collector boosters on our website at centuryboxcards.com, as well as the entire set is up there now. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.